Hi, I'm Bill McLaughlin, Editor-in-Chief of Furniture Today. Welcome to this week's edition of Frontline Friday. I myself am just back from the Ashley Domination 2017 event. You can look for that, coverage of that in upcoming issues. We'll also have some coverage of Renegade Furniture's recent event also coming up. There's a lot going on this summer, and we're going to go around the table because I'm not the only one who's just back from an event. Cliff, you were at Shift.
That's
and
right.
I understand Shift happens.
Shift does happen, or hopefully it's going to happen in the furniture industry. It was a Shift Tech Summit hosted by Amber Engine and Reverie. It was very interesting. They brought in a lot of speakers from outside the industry, offering ideas on how to innovate and innovate quickly or suffer the consequences. They had a great keynote from Jeremy Gucce. He talked a lot about the farmer mentality versus the hunter mentality. And the farmer, it basically says that any level of success makes you complacent. I thought about the furniture industry, how we're resistant to change, partly because things have worked, where we have to become more like hunters, he said, which is insatiable, open to experimenting, not being afraid to fail. And if you do fail, to fail fast. One other thing, they had a tech lounge, and Reverie was showing this new concept bed, which supposedly be able to read beta waves, so it'll know when you're uncomfortable and it'll adjust automatically. And also had directional speakers, so whatever you're listening to doesn't affect your partner. If they could do that for snoring, that would really be the next.
I'm sure it would make my wife happy. Tom, what's going on?
Well, Bill, you know, we've been reading a lot in the news about trade issues. Trade has been a pretty big emphasis of the Trump administration, and some of the things we've been reading about are the trade deficit, how that's been at its largest in the past 4 to 5 years. So we thought it would be interesting to go back and look at some numbers in the furniture industry to see how exports compare with imports. And yes, the deficit has in fact widened, probably the largest since like 2009, 2010.
Sounds very interesting. Erin, what's going on in the world of bedding in motion?
Well, I'm working on a story this week focusing on Homestretch. They are a relatively young company. They started in 2010 and they've been growing very quickly, very quietly. So on my recent visit to Mississippi, I was able to spend time with them and speak with their president, Skipper Holloman, and he talks about their really simple business model that they do very well. I love his quote. He says, we just throw fastballs here. But he also talks about how it requires a lot of discipline to be committed to something that is a simple business model. So I'm spotlighting them as a domestic manufacturer, and it's kind of part of what I'm working towards in the fall, a motion special report on domestic manufacturers.
Keep that in mind, a motion special report coming in the fall on domestic manufacturers. So if you are in that space, please reach out to Erin and let her know. On that note, I'm Bill McLaughlin with Furniture Today, wishing you good business.